of stuff to cover, man. A lot of stuff happened this week for sure. So I brought some, you know, topic points. All right, some hot topics at least in the meantime, right? So first things first, man. It is kind of confusing to say the least, but I'm done with this. I'm tired of all these changes going on in the NFL, but NFL could be going to Paramount now for sure. Well, I believe they've already played a few games on there, but it looks like Sunday night football games are all solely dolly going over there to freaking Paramount for some odd reason. Looks like they're working on a deal currently at the moment, so nothing is set in stone, but it seems like more than likely it will be happening. If this deal does go into effect, it will last until 2033, all the way until 2034 season. Also, too, if this deal does go in place, more than likely what's going to happen is that NFL will be going to Fox to change out some of the arrangements on their contract for their Sunday night games. So very intrigued to say the least if this will go through. If it does go through, I guess I'll be fine with it. You know, what I just want right now, and I think many fans like myself who tune in and watch the NFL, we just want one goddamn place for NFL games to be placed at. I'm tired of this, you know, Thursday fucking prime, this, you know, tune in Netflix, you get a special, tune in fucking Peacock and watch something, tune in to Paramount, watch something, tune in to Fox, watch, like, just play in one place. I miss fucking cable. I miss cable TV to where it's one goddamn channel playing one. Okay, maybe not, because, you know, sometimes it does play on 32, 12, whatever, 5, 6, whatever channels you used to, wherever you grew up with myself back in the day. But at least it's one payment, right? One payment, scroll through channels whatever you want. Now I got to pay for multiple payments, and I still got to scroll through everywhere, goddamn place. It's annoying. It's aggravating. I just want it to be one place, or at least 2 channels the most, and just done deal. Done in general, overall. So who's to say, man, at this point right now? But I'm actually excited anyways for NFL season to officially start. I know fucking the NFL draft is coming next week, if I'm not mistaken, around the 20th, give or take, 23rd. Excuse me if I misplaced the dates. But I'm just waiting for it, man. I'm hoping for a nice NFL draft. After the draft, we're here in April. That means, that means we're only a couple months away for fucking August for us to officially start the NFL preseason. I'm waiting for it, man. Big time Chicago Bears fan. So I'm hoping to see what the hell is going to happen with our Chicago Bears, man. I'm really intrigued on what they're going to do on defense since we lost a lot of pieces on our defensive side of things. But also, too, I'm actually intrigued to see what the hell is going to happen with the other NFL teams. I'm not just, yes, I'm a Chicago Bears fan, but I like to see other teams develop well. What I would love to see is those teams that didn't really do so well give their shine. You know what I mean? Like, teams like freaking Cleveland Browns need to get some kudos over there, man. They haven't won nothing in I don't know how many years. Freaking even Cowboys haven't won nothing, yet they still act like as if they number one all the time. Don't make no sense. Something like that. I'm just waiting for NFL season, man. I want some hits, some catches, some touchdowns. I want some action. That's what I want. So we'll see what happens, guys. But Paramount Plus is stepping on in, trying to gather in some Sunday night football over there. So we'll see if it happens. We shall see. Now, what also came in the news was, if you guys are Law and Order fans like myself, Law and Order Organized Crime was canceled. Officially canceled after 5 seasons on TV. All right. Generally on Peacock, and, was a lot on Hulu too as well. It is canceled. All right. No more, Detective Stabler and his organized crime over there is officially over, calling it quits at this time. Not Christopher himself, but I think it's better that we finally put Christopher's character as Stabler back in the SVU, back over there. It seems like we need to, what they're looking in is to condense the Law and Order storylines. it's becoming a little not attention getter at this time right now, right? And more than likely that I feel like that has to do with a lot of the storytelling of Law and Order. There's not that many high roll cases that's probably happening nowadays that really give a connection to Law and Order in order for them to tell proper stories. Back in the day when we would watch these Law and Order series, there was always something that happened in the news that gave Law and Order some type of idea of a story to play in a certain episode, right? And for that episode, it intrigued a lot of people. So I think this is something where they need to, go back to the drawing board and really focus if they are considering completing Law and Order seasons in general and calling it quits overall, or will they finally just condense it down for a couple seasons, see where the attentions are coming at, and then go from there again? I don't know. Could we get Law and Order Chicago? Could we get Law and Order, Las Vegas? Could we get a Law and Order freaking Miami? I don't know. CSI did a lot of that stuff and people were tuning in. So maybe Law and Order could take some ideas in that part. Who knows? I just feel like, at least currently right now, I don't want the Stabler story to end per se. I really am a fan of this whole Stabler Benson romance situation that could be happening, man. When Stabler was announced that he's returning and that they were coming out with their own separate seasons and their spinoff, yes, people were excited. They were tuning in. They wanted to see what the hell could happen. They wanted to officially know, is Stabler finally going to make it happen with Benson? Is this romance finally happening? But it never did thus far. We've had little teasers here and there. I love you, I'll kiss, or whatever case it be. The looks, the eye googles. We had all that. Yes, we did. But we didn't officially get the one night get togethers thing. Maybe I missed it on media if they really did happen, but that is something that people were tuning in. They want to finally officially see. Right. So at this point, so you need to go and see that for sure. If that could actually happen for Law and Order in general. But I would love to see, I'm sorry that Christopher lost his solo spinoff with Law and Order, but I really hope he's talking to, the producers over there and discussing some type of connection or at least some part-time role with the Stabler character. I really do. And I really wish that he comes back to the SVU, works now full-time with the crew again, and then let's start building them back up. I know they're, renewed for a 26th season, which is freaking crazy. But come on, us fans who are fans of Law and Order officially need to see this romance happen. All right. We need to see it. I want to see it. So stay tuned for that. We'll kind of keep tabs on that one for sure. Other news, man, that happened during CinemaCon over there in Las Vegas, I believe that we're placed at right now currently. It was announced that Top Gun is getting a third. It is getting a third. It's getting a trilogy, which is pretty good. Look, I didn't see the first one. All right. I am around the 37. I'm 37 years old. Okay. I've never seen the first film of Top Gun. All right. Maybe I did. I don't remember it. But I did see Top Gun Maverick for some odd reason. All right. It looked intriguing to me and I wanted to see it. So seeing Top Gun Maverick and then over here now seeing this, that they're making a third, I'm cool with it, man. Maverick was fucking awesome. It was a really good movie. It really drew my attention. And I'm a Tom Cruise fan. All right. I like his acting. I like his his movies that he comes out with. Freaking what Tropical Thunder, man. That was a fun role that he did. And that was, really interesting to say the least, that he was actually okay to do that role. But I was a fan of that. I'm a freaking Mission Impossible fan. I'm with this coming back with Maverick, man. Hey, I'm cool with this, man. I'm really cool with a Top Gun 3. And to see who else will be in the movie, I think it's going to be intriguing. I think they need to expand a little bit now in this third film to these other characters. I think they need to go out there and have some type of storytelling with these other characters more in depth and to add them on with reprising future roles. I think at this point, I believe you can say Paramount has a setup of another spin-off franchise type of deal. Top Gun is at this point right now, Top Gun is a franchise, right? I think Tom Cruise made this now a franchise. You know, he went from Mission Impossible, finishing off over there, and now coming over to freaking, you know, back to Top Gun. And now at this point, this is becoming a franchise itself. People are fans. I'm a fan. Create a fan out of me. So spin off from that, you know, give us new characters like you have in this last one. And I think at this point, expand from that to tell more stories with these other characters and move on, which that right there would be intriguing to say the least. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are, because, you know, it's going to be a friggin' phenomenal run at this point right now. But we shall see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they, you know, tend to like to do with Top Gun. I'm gonna roll for it, man. I'm gonna go for it. Let's go. No teaser. So also, man, that came out, the trailer for freaking Street Fighter, right? It's a beast. It's a beast of a trailer. I'm fucking excited for this one for sure. And it made me change this layout a little bit real quick, because you guys gotta see this, man. This is a dope movie. I think the fact that it's somewhat corny, in my opinion, all right, I know people may not agree with that part, but it seems corny a little bit. You know, it seems cartoonish in a way, if you guys have watched this trailer. And in essence, with Street Fighter, I'm a fan of that part. That'd be cartoonish. It's okay to be a little bit cartoonish. That's what this type of game was. It was a little cartoonish version of what was Mortal Kombat. It's not them. Two different versions. Now, the fact that we're getting a big hype between Mortal Kombat 2 and freaking Street Fighter right now, there's a big possibility that both companies could be talking to each other, and we may end up seeing the crossover. I'm just saying, if we do, that'll be freaking awesome. That will be totally awesome. But right now, currently, Street Fighter is building up a buzz at this point right now. It is literally building up a buzz, and fans are talking. Fans are excited for this film. Fans are really interested, to say the least, on what the heck is going to happen in this film. And it's really, I'm not going to lie, but this looks like it's going to steal, you know, the year, if my opinion at this point right now. So, but in essence, watching the trailer, at least, it seems like to me that they're helming their story a lot around Ken. Ken seems like he's going to be the big focal point of this film. He's like the lead actor, in my opinion. It looks like it, based on the trailers, based on all this stuff that he's going through. You know, he's fighting the Russian. He's over here fighting freaking 50 over there in the ring. He's doing the MTV breakout car scene like we've seen before in the game. And, you know, it seems like he's going to be that attention getter in the film. And at this point, I'm not mad at it. I think this is finally going to be a role for this guy and for the character himself to kind of carry weight for the film. Totally no problem with that. I think that'll be awesome. Even Ryo gets some attention at this point, and Bison looks like he's about to, I don't know. He looks like he's ready to take over the world the way that looked like. I think he found himself a weather machine, if anything, or something. Something's happening. And at this point, it's like, what is happening? So for trailers, as always, don't show me more. Don't show me too much. Just let this be and leave it alone. I don't want to see nothing else. I'm cool with what I saw. I'm excited for what I saw. I want to see the movie for sure. So please leave it alone. It's coming out in October. So let me wait until then. Let me sit and simmer until then. Please don't show me anymore. So that's just my opinion on that one. Man. Okay. If you don't know who this character is, then you really aren't interested in comics. All right. Or you didn't see the 1996 film that came out like I did, because I sure as hell did. But I'm freaking stoked that it was announced that the Phantom is getting a live action TV series at Netflix, it looks like. So thank you, Jesus. All right. Thank you. I'm excited for this, man. This guy was one of the first superheroes ever to be created. Obviously, Superman he's one of them. The Phantom and the other, and some magician guy is a third, if I'm not mistaken, back in the 1930s. All right. But the Phantom was created in 1936. All right. And since then, he's kept wait. And he's been waiting and waiting and waiting for a revival. And right now, currently, we finally got a revival for him. All right. And I think this dude is literally going to steal a lot of viewers' attention and really going to be a sleeper at this point, a shocker to people to be like, where the hell this guy come from? Who is this guy? Everyone's going to be wondering what this is. He's going to become the new Halloween dude. Man, it's going to be phenomenal, to say the least. I really am waiting for this freaking live action TV series to happen because I was actually a fan of the movie back in 1996. All right. I was really a fan. But to kind of give you guys a backstory of who this character is, this gentleman is the alter ego, the human part of it, the gentleman. Character's name is Kit Walker, because it's considered to be extremely wealthy. So in essence, this is kind of where Iron Man and Batman kind of got their ideas from for the future when they were created. But this is the idea. He was considered to be wealthy gentleman, all of a sudden worked out of Bengola jungle. So I'm excited for it. I really am. I want to see this film or series, to say the least. But the film itself in 1996, it was awesome. Billy Zane was the main actor who portrayed this character and did actually really well. He did a great job. What it reminded me of the film and why I got a lot out of it was a very similar of The Mummy. All right. If you guys are fans of The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, then in a way you're kind of fans of The Phantom. You really are. So if you guys don't remember these are some of the scenes. Obviously, the main part obviously be in the picture. The bottom two is Billy Zane and the actress, can't remember her name. And then even the other gentleman, the actor, I can't remember her name at this point right now, but he was the villain in that one. So in reality, it's kind of The Mummy. He's the gentleman over there is taking these skulls. He's trying to resurrect a being and stuff in that manner, become a super being in a sense. And yet, the Phantom has to do what he has to do to make sure this doesn't happen. All right. So I am excited for it. I really am. I think this is going to catch a lot of people's attention. And at this point right now, it will be a showstopper. It will be one of Netflix's top 10, if not top 2 series watched on Netflix. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm calling it quotes, calling it snip. Say it right now. We also found out that World War Z is getting a sequel. After 13 plus some odd years, man, we're getting a sequel. This film came out in 2013. All right. It was one of those sleeper type of movies. I don't think they really anticipated this zombie style of a movie to be this good. All right. Me and the rejects is, SG3 and I and old man, we love to play the World War Z, the game, man. I tell you right now, that game is stressful. All right. It is stressful. And the damn sure is stressful, even 10 times more stressful when you play with the old man. Don't work. It don't work. And I remember this time where I'm playing the game. And, no, it was a ninja game. Never mind. I was about to snap on that street, but it is what it is. It just great games. Great game. Really is. But finally getting the movie, Brad Pitt is kind of in talks to still join in on the movie. I don't know if it's actually been official just yet that he will be officially returning to the film. But if he does, that's fine. I mean, at this point right now, they'll probably give us a storyline to say at least that the serum or whatever, the vaccine that they put in themselves is actually officially working at this point right now. So we get to kind of see possibly the futuristic part where the vaccine may end up not working eventually, and then it's now a resurgence, and it could be just a new, outbreak or whatever case it be. We may end up getting that more than likely. All right, more than likely, it's kind of similarities of what's going on with COVID, but I think that's probably what they're going to end up doing. So we'll see from there. Now, remember, guys, if you guys over there scan the QR code today to get yourself a fresh new haircut. If you're around the Antioch area here in Illinois, please do, man. It's a cool ass barbershop. They do some fresh cuts. So, fellow Alex the Barber ReJect, our friend over there, help him out. Now, On to the reject of the week. Man, I'm sorry. I have to put it out there. This week's reject is none other than Nick Khan. And that being said, all right, I am a fan of what he's done thus far with WWE over there, becoming the CEO in some sense. But I'm not a fan of what he kind of laid out and said about us fans. All right, I'm really not a big fan. So, Khan, you're getting the reject of the week this week. All right. And the reason being is because you addressed the media. All right. You addressed our concerns to the media, and basically said that there's no adjustment to your business in a sense, just because the fans are complaining about such. Right. Now, in your line of business, Nick Khan, it does revolve around the fans. All right. It evolves around us fans. Okay. The reason being is because us fans buy the tickets. Us fans purchase the merchandise. Us fans, go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on freaking YouTube, go on all these type of platforms to highlight your product. If your fans are not happy, we will be saying so. But also, too, if we become not happy, we stop tuning in. We stop changing the channel. We stop buying the tickets, which in result will end up being a loss of revenue over a year span. So before you start spatting your lips there a little bit and basically tell us that you are not going to adjust your business plans because we're complaining about it, then, in reality, you're kind of telling us, fuck off, right? That's fine. Us fans probably will. But when we do, guess what other location we're going to turn into? It's kind of what happened during the WCW era. We're tuning over to the other channel. And at this point right now, if AEW will continue with their ticket prices and continue with their flow, more than likely us fans are going to be like, I might as well just stick around over here. All right? So keep that in mind, Nick Khan. Keep that in mind. I want you to keep that same energy, this same energy you got right now going on with us when we start not showing up for live action shows. All right? When we stop showing up for WrestleManias. Currently what's going on right now in WrestleMania 42. Ticket sales are not what they need to be. All right? And it's been all over the media. You've adjusted your ticket prices, if I'm not mistaken. Like we talked numerous occasions on this show, more than about 5 different times. Sorry, buddy. It's not a good sign, man. So before you continue the way you are, make sure you adjust the tone. All right? Because at this point right now, like I said before, we will stop going. We will stop watching. Tell me, am I wrong? I didn't think so. Next thing is, everybody, next topic to discuss, man. As always, it's allegedly been said, man. Allegedly been said. A lot of rumors been going around here in social media, but also too in the movie world, the movie biz. We gotta talk about it. The Mandalorian, man, and Grogu. The film itself is not looking pretty good, man. It's not looking good. Not looking good in box office revenue because it seems like it will be having a low weekend box office revenue compared to Solo, a Star Wars story. Remember that film? I don't. That's probably why people are so concerned with this at this point right now. It's not looking great, man. Pedro Pascal is not selling. He is not selling in theaters at this time right now. And it sucks because The Mandalorian and Grogu kind of really, helped Star Wars become a fan favorite again on Disney Plus during the TV series era. All right. When things were looking bad during the COVID area and a little bit right after, when these shows were popping off, it was looking pretty good. It was looking pretty good. But somehow, some way, the trailer and the story that you're trying to tell us right now at this point doesn't look that good. I think you could have done your own Disney Plus special movie. I might as well. You've kind of already done that already with the TV series. So that's probably where this is going. Now, will it get positive reviews? Possibly. There's a good chance. But I don't see this actually doing well in the box office, in my opinion. because right now, if it ain't selling, then more likely it won't sell. It'll come off a minimal box office weekend, and it'll just keep getting worse right afterwards. And then all of a sudden, after 30 days, guess what we're gonna see? Right on Disney Plus, special event, Mandalorian Grogu coming live. That's more likely what's gonna happen. So it is what it is, but it's expected. It was expected when it was announced. I literally thought we were gonna get something cool, but when I saw the trailer, like every other fan did, sorry, man, didn't tune off, man. Didn't look pretty good, man. But it more likely to be a failure in the box office for sure. Besides, what to kind of keep this part of not selling, like I said before, it didn't seem like this. This event happened years and way too late. Yes, as far as the card itself, can this card between Ronda Rousey and Gina Carrera actually be good on Netflix for their first official MMA event? Yes, more than likely. The card may actually be entertaining, but in essence, it's not reaching the actual expectation that it's wanted. It really isn't. That we just had a media day, and yes, Ronda Rousey went off with her lip a little bit like she always does. She goes off the rant, gets on the mic, starts talking shit, as always. It is what it is. But it still didn't create the buzz that it needs to generate. It really isn't. I think Ronda needs to officially go on social media and start talking smash again. Herself personally, to build some buzz in this. I think that's what needs to happen. But it's just not looking good, man. Ticket sales are not looking well. There's still a lot of seats available at the stadium. And at this point right now, who's to say the least? I mean, maybe some of these celebs are going to start buying extra tickets to fill the seats in just for family and friends. They'll name it a family and friends special at this point right now between them. That could be the case, but it sucks. It does suck, but I'm not surprised. I really ain't surprised. This event wasn't really my high expectation when it was announced, but I'm still going to watch it. It's on Netflix. I'll purchase the subscription, so I'll watch it itself. But I'm telling you right now, my expectation is not that high. Definitely ain't. Next thing was, it came out of nowhere. Static Shock, man, could be allegedly happening at the DCU. We're finally could be actually getting this gentleman to join the DCU, coming on board with the rest of the crew. Now, which is weird because technically it happens somewhat, futuristically in a way. He did kind of come around during the Justice League era and, join the team for a little bit, have some fun here and there. But to say the least, it's not bad if it is happening. He is a fan favorite. Fans are going to love Static Shock. If you are like myself who tuned in and watched him on WB and rest of the cartoons back in the days, yes, you were a big fan of Static Shock. You definitely were. And you're a big fan of the villains that he had and the storyline that was being told and the crossovers that was happening. Bro, I am excited for sure. So if this rumor is true, then thank you, DCU. Thank you for listening in to a fan favorite flick, and thank you for wanting to join this gentleman with the DCU, because I'm ready for it for sure. I'm finally happy that he's going to get some recognition and some attention when it comes to possibly either being a live action movie solo or possibly join the team on like a Superman film, or could he get in a live action TV series with the Lanterns? Who knows? But if he does, thank you, Jesus. Lastly on the board, everybody, the new X-Men more than likely was just cast. All right. I don't know if this is for sure, but let me make it bigger so you guys can see who I'm showing here. Because right now, currently, it seems like the media is announcing, as well as a lot of the Hollywood rumors, that these will be the new X-Men in the new X-Men film, to say the least. All right. As far as the actual X-Men team members, it seems like we could be getting somewhat of, the 1997 version of X-Men at this point right now. All right. But there's also big rumors that they want to stick with the original X-Men between Beast, Angel, Jean Grey, and Cyclops, and then more than likely recruiting the rest. That could actually be possibly the actual story. So who's to say? Who knows? Not too sure. But if it is in that manner, I'm cool with that. So on the left, top left, guys, if you guys let you guys know, Mr. Dickerson will be portrayed as will be cast as Cyclops, possibly. Not a bad pick. Sadie is still somewhat rumor wise to be Jean Grey. We don't know just yet, but before we see Spider-Man Brand New Day, that is still the speculation, but also speculation that she does play a different character in the film. Who knows? So we'll know until then at this point. Remember, this is just allegedly. All right. The other young lady, to the right afterwards is Odessa, newest actress, one of the newer ones. So, but more than likely being cast as Rogue. I think she looks apart. If you give her the little white hair and give her the brown, I think some people did it with a freaking ChatGPT and some CGI stuff. Looked actually pretty good. Looked pretty dope. So I think that might have a golden goose right there. Next on the board is Claffery. Mr. over there in Lord of the Rings himself, Mr. Knight. I think he will be cast as Beast, which in essence does look pretty good. He is a big dude. Beast is pretty big. Will be crouched a little bit, crouched down, roaming around like he's an ape. I'm mad at that. I think that'll be perfect. I think him as Hank Pym and then turning into the Beast himself. I think they picked a proper person, if this is true, in him. So I'm cool with that. Miss Schaefer more than likely will be cast as Mystique. Now, watching her in Euphoria and then kind of realizing the type of character they want to do in X-Men for Mystique, I'm okay with that. Now, what I don't want to see in this X-Men is them giving her a lot of the attention like they did over there with freaking Jennifer, which is, don't think it's necessary. I'm cool with what we got right now. I like the fact that they're probably going to stick with the other main characters and literally focus on them instead, because that's what needs to be done. So, lastly, Miss Sweeney, man, she's in a lot of projects at this point right now. She's been jumping all over the place, but like for a character, she is all over the place, full of emotions, right? But at this point right now, she could be looking to be casted as Emma Frost. Now, if X-Men, or if the MCU, say at least, is able to cast Sweeney as Emma Frost, I'm telling you right now, that is actually by far the most perfect choice to pick, right? She is literally a golden goose too as well. All over media, people love her. People love her, all right? They love to talk about her. They love to see what she does. They want to know everything they can about her. So if this is actually happening, then that is actually the perfect role for her to join in the MCU, to give a better setup in the MCU as a superhero character compared to what we got in the Madam Web. Just saying. So if this is true, please let it happen, because I think this is actually perfect, to say the least. Emma Frost was in the X-Men itself one of those characters that was a little bit raunchy, a little bit used a lot of her sex appeal to kind of get attention from people. So perfect, in my opinion. Go for it. So, but lastly, that's all I got, guys. That's all I got for the ReJect rundown this week. We were able to get through it pretty quickly this week. So much appreciated with you guys for tuning in. And thank y'all for stopping by. So we will hop out on here tomorrow for sure during WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is happening tomorrow. We got to watch it on there for sure, because right now, even so, as we speak, the Hall of Fame is happening with WWE. So I got to get off. I got to tune in with that. I know I should be probably watching it live with you guys, but I gotta watch it on my own time. All right. I get some emotions from here, because sometimes I do fall asleep. All right. Sometimes all that talking just makes me go bed, go night. But we'll see. So see you guys tomorrow for sure. Hop on here with me and tune in to watch some WrestleMania if you guys can. So holla at y'all later.